Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Adults Bedtime Story. And just as in the topic, it's 18 plus. So if you have any children with you, they can listen with you. And it is bedtime stories, but uh, it's, just a disclaimer. It's not going to help you go to sleep. So that's that. Our first story is The Stoning of a She Monkey, or Jahiliya monkey. You pick the topic that will suit you. But here we're gonna go through the 999 plus two nights of stories. If anyone is familiar with that kind of thing, you will know what that means. No, 999 plus two nights. But let's begin this intriguing story. And first, we have to see what the source of this story is before we go through the story. This story is found in Sahih al Bukhari 3849. And this is what it reads. It says, حدثنا نعيم بن حماد حدثنا هشيم عن حسين عن عمر ibn Maymun. So the source is Umar ibn Maymun. قال رأيت في الجاهلية قردة اجتمع عليها قردة قد زنت فرجموها فرجمتها معهم. So, so Umar ibn Maymun, what is he saying? He said during the pre-Islamic period of ignorance, I disagree with that, I saw a she monkey surrounded by a number of monkeys. They were all stoning it because it had committed illegal sexual intercourse. I too stoned it along with them. So that's the story in a nutshell, but it's very dry. Let me give you the background and intimate details of the story because there is a major story behind this. So we're going to go back to this family, uh, the, the family of Abdul Chimp and Abdulet Chimp, husband, wife, chimps. He loved her, as you can see, and the music that's playing in the background. They drinking, cup of tea together and whispering sweet nothings to each other. The chimp loved his chimpettes. So that's where the story began. It's a couple in love. But is it gonna stay that way? Let's continue. Abdul Chimp was always bringing her flowers, cooking her some meals, and he was just always, giving her massages and I believe she felt entitled. Abdul will also go to work and he provides, all the meals and the food and the most basic thing that she needed, he provided bananas. What she monkeys doesn't like bananas? Abdulette Chimp, her head began to swell. He started buying her jewelry. She started putting earrings, necklaces, head covers, and the chimps around her start telling her, "Oh, you look good. Just look in the mirror." I mean, she was chimp pretty. Don't get me wrong, and that got to her head. But it got worse when this Abdul GQ started coming around, smooth as silk, and he has his pickup lines. It's like you got to leave the chimp and get with the champ, and that's just one of the few lines that he will use, and he will just talk to her so softly, and he was dressed to kill. Abdulette started listening to that, and her head swelled, and she forgot about Abdul Chimp and all the efforts that he put in that relationship. What is going to happen next? Well, while Abdul Chimp will go to work, to make sure all the food and the bananas and everything is on the table. Abdul GQ started taking her to by the water, by the seaside, in the jungle, started climbing trees and just, whether they intended to or not, they committed illegal dingy. And that was a point of no return. And you will see how that is a point of no return. Abdul GQ not only started providing for Abdullah Chimp, he started bringing home the banana also. Abdul Chimp comes home one day and he started sniffing Abdullah as their custom is, and something just dawned in him. That is not my cologne. And he started asking Abdullah, why do you smell like somebody else, some other chimp's cologne? That's not my cologne. She kept silent as a sign of guilt, and he understood what he had to do. Abdul Chimp runs to his room and he picks up his gun. He first points it to himself, but he decided, no, she is the one who committed illegal sexual intercourse. I'm going to kill her. But while he was thinking all those thoughts, it just dawned on him, I live in the 7th century. We don't have guns yet. Okay, so that thought dropped from his head. So he started exercising. I'm going to be an MMA fighter again. I'm going to beat GQ. He started doing that for 2 weeks. He got tired. He just fell on the ground and he just realized, I am no longer a champ. I am nothing but a chimp. Matter of fact, he, instead of continuing to practice, he went and got a tattoo, said, forever chimp or former champ on either side of his arms. He was sad. He was sad, I say, all alone. No Abdullah. But an idea came to his head. On a Friday afternoon, he saw a group of these Abduls. They were praying and they were chanting some things that he couldn't understand, but he went, and one of them, by the way, understood the language of the chimps. I think his name was Solomon, and he just poured his heart out. Oh, she cheated on me. She left with GQ. And Solomon delegated the issue to the two imams there. The two imams, they said, we got it. The two imams went and got stones, and they decided, we're going to do something. We're going to take care of business. Abdul Chimp. While they were doing that, a group of Abdul Chimps, they decided also the same thing. Like minds think alike. And they started picking up stones and stoning Abdullah. They stoned, Abdul stoned, left and right from the forest, from the rocks, they coming down, stoning Abdullah. Abduls were chanting, some phrases that no one can understand but them, but they just kept going, stoning left and right. They stoned Abdullah. After that, Abdullah was gone. They are left only Abdul Chimp and Abdul GQ. And someone else from a distant place, someone with two arms on the right side and one leg, sent someone with a message, actually, sent someone with a verse to help the Abduls. And he said, I know I should have given this to you before, but I didn't know. Surah Al Nisa, verse 3. You say, if you fear you cannot act fairly towards the orphan, then marry the women you like. So if Abdul Chimp in the beginning had this verse, he would not have gone through the heartbreak. He said, marry two or three or four. But if you fear you will not be fair, then marry one. Or what you already have. All the monkeys in the trees, hey, that's you can roam free, pick whatever you want. And this is where the story ends. There is no moral to the story. And you you will notice that in these stories, in this adult's bedtime story, there is no significance to it. It's just events. Until next time with another adult's bedtime story, which will not help you go to sleep. Have a good night.